Hello everybody, nice to be back again with our friends at Test for Less. My name is Jason Cargill. I am the technical sales specialist with FLIR in the UK and Ireland, and today I'm going to introduce you to one of the latest additions to the FLIR family, the C8. Some of you may be very familiar with this designer camera from FLIR. We call it the compact range because it is a compact device, easily put into a pocket and very useful when you're out on site because of its size and shape. The big thing about the C8 is now we've incorporated a much larger thermal imaging detector in this range of camera. So we've jumped up from a C5, which some of you may already have, which is a 19,200 pixel device, a 160 by 120 detector. We've now built into this new C8 a 320 by 240 detector, which gives us a pixel count of 76,800 pixels. That's a big jump up in measurement points. It also means that when you're looking at a target at any given distance, you'll have more pixels on that target. And as we know from a thermal imaging perspective, more pixels on the target is a big benefit. So this device is managed from our FLIR designers to give a really powerful pocket device. So we've built on the history that we've had with the C2 and the C3 and the C3X and the C5. Of which the C3X and C5 are still currently available. So we've built in those features and designs which have been a real benefit. So we still have a touch screen on the device. We have the ability to use what's called MSX, which is multispectral dynamic imaging. This allows us to use both the thermal and the digital lens of a camera and to enhance a thermal image or a thermogram with visual detail. So that means you can now read details through a thermal image. So it could be identification labels, it could be switchgear labels, but some visual data that's of importance to you, you can see through the thermal image using our MSX technology. We also have one touch level and span on this device. The ability to be able to manually tune a thermal imaging camera is really important because it allows you to get more from that device. It allows you to enhance the thermal images on camera. So even with this device that we have now, the C8, just like we did with the C5, we have the ability to have one touch level and span, which means you can touch a point on a thermal image and you can recalibrate the temperature range to enhance that particular detail. We also have a device which is now more sensitive. So when we talk about thermal sensitivity with thermal cameras, we talk about millikelvins. So the thermal sensitivity of this particular camera is 50 millikelvins, which is an improvement from the C5, which was 70 millikelvins. So essentially this device can recognize temperature differences of 0.05 degrees Celsius. So that makes it really sensitive when looking at targets which maybe don't have as much thermal contrast. So for example, building applications, if you were looking at maybe cold air ingress or hot air leaving a building, if you may be looking for damp areas where the thermal contrast is a lot lower, the increased pixel count along with the increased thermal sensitivity makes this a really powerful little device to be used in many applications. So also with this compact range of camera, just with its predecessors, we still have the tripod mounting here as well. So you can mount this device really simply onto a tripod and leave it in position to look at a particular, could be a particular process for example, or a particular target over time. So the utility perspective, touchscreen, compatible with FLIR Ignite. And for those of you who may or may not know, FLIR Ignite is our secure, FLIR Ignite is our secure cloud-based reporting and analysis software. It's also a place where you can store images as a backup securely and allows you to collaborate with team members. So we'll do another video on FLIR Ignite in the near future, but this camera is also compatible with FLIR Ignite.